over to you.
Thank you very much. Do you hear me well and do you see my screen?
I hear you well and your screen is fine, yeah.
Hello everybody. So I would like to thank the OSME for this opportunity to give a talk in front of the big international audience. So as Rob mentioned, my name is Ruslan Urazaliyev and I'm scientific researcher in ACBK. My presentation is about Taldykoy wetlands, which is located in the capital city of Kazakhstan. So there is a unique nature area close to the new city center, Taldykoy Lake System or Taldykoy wetlands. Formed in the landscape depression between two rivers, Taldykoy Lake System originated around 13,000 years ago, at the turn of the late Ice Age and the Holocene. It has been traditionally used by locals for fishing and agricultural purposes. And this is evidenced by the early Iron Age burial grounds and mounds in the vicinity. The Taldykoy Lake System consists of lakes Большой Taldykoy or Big Taldykoy, Ulmes to the south, Malый Taldykoy is actually a group of the lakes, and Tassuat is here. So since the 1970s, wastewater from the city, at that time known as Tselinograd, had been redirected to the Большой Taldykoy and Ulmes lakes, which were used as evaporation ponds. In 2016, the discharge of sewage water completely came to a halt, and this made space for a land reclamation project that reduced the water surface by 3 times. So as you can see, from 1,500 hectares to 500 hectares to its actually historical size. Since 2012, cities started to take away the natural areas of wetlands for construction. And then our organization was concerned about the further fate of this natural area. To protect the Taldykoy Lake System, our organization, ACBK, proposed the idea of creating the first urban nature park in Kazakhstan and Central Asia, based on the wetlands. For almost 10 years, we have been trying to explain the importance of protecting these lakes to the city administration. But we have to start over and over again, as the mayors of the capital city changed 5 times during these 10 years. Now, because of the dynamic city growth, this area is actually trapped by the plan of development. And now these wetlands are facing the threat of total extinction. So I would like to tell you why these wetlands actually is so important for the capital city. As I mentioned before, since 2012, ACBK started to study the biodiversity of the area. And in 2013, we produced the ecosystem map of the Taldykoy wetlands. As you can see, the area has different types of biotopes, which is actually the reason of rich biodiversity. And unfortunately, the biodiversity of the area doesn't study very well by that time. But we have some information. For the last 10 years, we studied flora, so we have registered almost 100 species of plants. We know the information about over 300 species of invertebrates. We know that there are 2 species of fish, 1 species of amphibians, 2 species of reptiles observed, and the best studied, I would say, group of animals is birds. So we have registered over 180 species. So 11 species of them from our Red Book. It's like a list of rare species of Kazakhstan, and 12 from IUCN Red List. And we also observed at least 10 species of animals, but we assume that there are over 30 species of mammals, especially the small rodents and so on. So here you can see, like the diversity of birds. Bird species actually represents the regional diversity very well. So here actually in the city, you can easily see the good chunk of bird species that you could actually find in the region of central Kazakhstan. So there are like a group of birds, which like water birds, land birds, woodland birds. Woodland, actually, we don't have like a proper woodland. It's actually, so this Taldekoy wetland surrounded by artificial tree plantations, which is actually it's almost 30 years old by now, and now they are like they have quite good diversity of animals, especially birds. So for example, Taldekoy wetlands host non-breeding population of Dalmatian pelicans. So here you can see up to 700 individuals annually. What else? So also there is like a stopover site for rare greater flamingos during migration. And so I collected data. I collect data on birds since 2011, and so I tried to estimate actually the population of birds which is using this area. So here's my like a preliminary results. So it's like an estimation by September 2021. So here, as you can see, I tried to estimate the population size of 172 species of birds, 11 from Red Data Book, 12 from IUCN Red List. So there are 70 breeding species, 10 non-breeding, 140 migratory species, and 20 species which is wintering here. And by my estimations, so this area hold like about 5,000 breeding pairs, and is also used by over 80,000 individuals during migration. So actually, this area meets very well the IBA criteria, but unfortunately, it's not an IBA yet. The birds, let's say the birds piece was disrupted in the summer 2020 when construction equipment arrived on the site. So here you can see the picture of black-tailed godwits, which came here during migration in autumn. And on the background, you can see the construction work. And actually this area started to transform from the nice breeding and stopover habitat for water birds into actually rubbish dump. And so huge number of excavators, bulldozers just occupied the area. And here you can see them. I think I think there's no comment. So it's whoopus swan, which is actually listed in our red data book of Kazakhstan's rare species for Kazakhstan, pair of birds, and a huge rubbish dump on the background. And yeah, so why is actually, so we faced this problem? Yeah, it's simply because city administration decided that they will start to, they actually changed the plan of development of the area. Before 2020, this area was actually, the area of Taldekol wetlands were reserved for the green zone. But in the mid of 2020, city administration decided to redevelop the general plan, master plan of the city, and they decided to construct the area by real estate. And yeah, here as you can see the plan of development. So all these like red squares is actually future houses or apartments, yeah, which are actually located directly on top of the water surface. And of course, they tried to promote the idea among the city citizens that they will build a lot of very nice apartments for the people, because the population of the capital city is growing and people needs apartments. So yeah, this is actually their vision, how they will transform the wetlands. But as you can see, there is no any chance to survive for real wetlands. It's actually artificial reservoir. There's another part of the wetlands, is the southern part of the wetlands of this Mali Taldekol group of lakes. Here's also this huge area of 333 hectares is actually, city administration just gave it to, as they said, international investor from Dubai called Ellington Development. They're based in Dubai. And they actually they're planning to build here the huge touristic region, as they said. So for me, it's quite interesting. Yeah, so they just, you know, destroying the natural habitat to, yeah, to increase the number of tourists here. So yeah, it's a crazy idea, I think. So which is actually, so their vision, yeah. Here on the left side, there is a picture. So actually the satellite image of the area, the southern part of the Taldekol, small Taldekol lakes. And this is actually on the right side, their vision, how they will just develop the area. As you can see, there is no space for the wetlands, for the natural wetlands. Actually, they started to construct a huge shopping mall here. So yeah, this is a vision of this future, like a touristic area of the capital city, very shiny area. So yeah, since we faced the problem, since the Taldekol wetlands face the problem of yes, as soon as the Taldekol wetlands face this problem, so group of people like activists, like artists, scientists, and so on. So we decided to unite into the initiative. So we call it like an initiative group called SOS Taldekol. So we tried to we tried to sorry for my English. Yeah, so we said that it is worth to pay attention to this area and to this problem. And actually we started with like a very peaceful picnics, yeah, from on the area. So we tried to show the city administration that this is actually this area has a huge potential for the recreation. So we started as a with the picnics, So, but when in 2021, actually last year, the problem actually came to its peak, and yeah, so series like of performances were organized by local, like a known contemporary artists. For example, here you can see one of our famous artists who who actually played a role of shaman. Yeah, so it's who tried to stop the truck. So another performance, which actually is a woman in traditional white clothes, which actually symbolized swans. They tried to also stop and hug the lake. So we actually had in last autumn we organized like a cleanup at the area, and we also organized performance called hug the lakes. So people just stand into the chain and try to save the lake. So why is the Taldekol is important for us? So I think all these reasons, they goes without saying. Yeah, so it's very important for our microclimate. It is actually the biodiversity hotspot in our city. It has a huge opportunity for the recreation. It is also cleans the water and regulates the groundwater level, and it also has a huge cultural heritage. So we also tried to, because so we understood that city administration probably they don't understand us because we are using different language. So we tried to translate our arguments into some, let's say, values that they could understand. So we try to estimate the ecosystem services of the area. So by our estimation, very rough estimation, the area of Taldekol wetlands could actually bring ecosystem services for more than $234 million annually. But yeah, unfortunately, our mayor and his team, they don't hear us, and we still, we're still fighting to each other. And unfortunately, I have to say that the construction work didn't stop at the area. And here's like a series of pictures. So it's from November. They just filling the lakes with soil, even in winter time. So here you can see the area that they actually filled by soil. They just destroying the very important ecosystem of wetlands. So actually, so it's the end of my presentation, and I would like to use this opportunity and again, thanks. I would like to say thank you to the OSME for this chance to tell the story about Taldekol wetlands. For this like a very broad international audience, and I would like to address our manifest. So let's save Taldekol together. So I would like to again to use this chance and ask you if because we try to keep this problem local, domestic, but now we understand that probably it's time that maybe if international community will support us. So please, dear friends, if you hear me, please address your, I don't know, tweets or like anything, you know, like a Facebook post or anything, or maybe even official letters to our government, and ask them to save Taldecoin for people and nature. So yeah, thank you very much. And if you need any more details on more information, please feel free to contact me. So yeah, I think organizers could share my email for the future communication. Thank you very much. I think I'm on time. Yeah, finished on time.
Ruslan, you're more or less on time, a couple of minutes over, but don't worry about that, because that was a great presentation that clearly outlines the problems with a really fantastic site. Let's say I was there with you in July, which is not really the best time to visit those wetlands, but even so, it was still full of birds even before sort of migration had started. So it really is a great place, and a couple of other people have kind of picked up on that in the comments box, saying that you shouldn't really be showing lots of photographs of really great birds because they want to now get on a plane and come and visit the area to do some bird watching. So so that's great. I've got time, I think, for a sort of a couple of very quick questions. A couple of questions along the same lines of Ruslan, have you approached the developers in Dubai to try and get them to adjust their plans or adjust their investment? I don't know if you want to say anything about that.
Yeah, so actually we wrote a letter, official letter from ACBK to this investor from in Dubai, but we don't have any answer yet. So it's more than, I don't know, a couple of months actually.
Right, okay. And then
there's a good point about the importance of wetlands, and whether, I'm sure that's been raised too, but yeah, the importance of wetlands as a buffer.
yeah, I think it's probably picked up on in the sort of ecosystem service sort of approach that they've taken. I mean, Ruslan, how did that sort of ecosystem service approach go down with the administration?
We actually, these results actually officially published. So it's actually part of the PhD work of one of the our members of our group, who actually did PhD in economy. So these results are officially published in English, in Russian. So we passed it to city administration, but yeah, no reaction. They just, you know, they don't see us.
Sure.
They don't see us. They don't hear us. Yeah.
But you've been very active on sort of social media. I've seen various sort of videos and things that you've produced. So you know, clearly, local people do want to see this site protected. And in terms of the future, you kind of asked there about sort of people maybe trying to sort of help and raise awareness. So you and I have talked about kind of getting a blog on the OSME website, which we will do in the coming sort of weeks or month or so, so we can try and promote it through OSME, and OSME can work with sort of you as the BirdLife partner, and hopefully with BirdLife International, to try and you know, kind of offer whatever support that we can. So that's something that you and I will continue to discuss in the near future. So Ruslan, there are various other sort of comments that we'll try and pass on to you if you can answer them in the chat box either now or later. But thanks for a great presentation, if not slightly depressing presentation in terms of some of those.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Well, great to see some.
Unfortunately, this is our reality now.
Yeah, well, great to see some photographs of birds and things, but yeah, I thought that the image of the hooper swans with all of that rubbish in the background was yeah, slightly depressing, if not poignant photograph.